The driver, played by Ryan O'Neal, is the best wheelman for hire. His work in driving getaway cars are exhibitions in excellence, works of art. The detective, played by Bruce Dern, is the top cop of the force. Nobody he tracks down ever eludes him, except the driver. As the driver pulls off into the job, the detective waits for him. But the driver has already planted his alibi and is one step ahead of him. 1978, American neo-noir directed by Walter Hill and starring Ryan O'Neal, Bruce Dern, and Isabelle Adjani. What's interesting about The Driver is there's not a lot of dialogue. There's 3 car chases. They all take place at night, and characters just have generic names. The driver, the detective, the cargo, the woman. And this is a departure for Ryan O'Neal, coming off of like What's Up Doc, Paper Moon. This is a departure. He plays like this quiet, direct to the point, badass driver. Sort of like a Steve McQueen type thing from Bullet. His communication is very physical instead of verbal. Bruce Dern, on the other hand, plays a detective. He's the one that talks the most. And he says some funny stuff in this. The detective is dead set on catching the driver. Not only does the driver start off with this crazy car chase that is awesome and a lot of POV shots, a lot of us like right there in the car, very fast-paced cuts, you feel very much immersed into the driver's seat. But what's very interesting about this first heist is we're following this mystery girl. So she's not actually in on the heist. The robbers, the 2 men, actually run. She comes outside to see the driver and just kind of see what's going on. The crooks run past her behind her. So she witnesses the first opening heist, and the detective is examining all these people. He brings in Ryan O'Neal. He arrests the driver on suspicion. He has people identify the driver, and they're like, no, it's not him. It's not him. And then somebody's like, the woman on the end would know, and it's the woman that witnessed the drive off, and she said it's not him. The detective digs deeper into her past and is like, hey, you have a history here. You have a record. I'm going to use that against you if you don't tell me that it was him, because I'm going to take this guy down one way or the other. Bruce Dern is dead set on catching the driver. So much so that he catches this other group, catches them on their heist, and hires them to hire the driver, Ryan O'Neal, to do their next job for like $200,000 to sort of set him up. So the detective wants to set him up so he can catch him. So that leads us to the next chase. And then there's twists and turns along the way. When we get down to the big conclusion between the detective and the driver, it has an interesting twist that I won't spoil, but I just thought it was unique. This is a 4K UHD brand new release. This is the Zavi Steelbook that I picked up from Studio Canal. I love this artwork. Very cool. Very cool. There's the discs. There's Ryan and Isabella. The transfer is amazing. It looks so good. So well done. I think the cinematography really evokes the time and the grittiness of the city. Like I said, most of it's shot at night, so a lot of the colors and a lot of the chasing through the city and all that, it really pops on the 4K transfer. Really cool special features on here. There's a new masterclass with Walter Hill and a new interview with Walter Hill. Both were very insightful as far as telling behind-the-scenes stories, what happened, how he approached it as a screenwriter, how he wanted to do a story about a wheelman and kind of keep it very focused on what the driver and detective were going to go at odds here, and I think he pulled it off. So this is Walter Hill's second movie. The one we did before was called Hard Times with Charles Bronson, and so Walter Hill talks about his relationship with Charles Bronson, what he learned from his first feature bringing into the second feature, The Driver, and so on. So Walter Hill would go on to do The Warriors, he would go on to do 48 Hours, and so many other great movies. Have you guys seen The Driver? Did you pick up the new 4K Steelbook? What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. And as always, this has been Return of the Disc. I'm Dan. For more Return of the Disc, visit returnofthedisc.com. Check out the audio version of today's show, available on all major podcast platforms. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.